Hello. Hi. Hello, I'm SolarLoon. I'm an independent game developer. Welcome to my stream. It's been a while since I've streamed last. It's been months, man. It's been months, but I'm still alive and I'm still making games and making music and stuff like that. So yeah, here's a development stream. Um, in the time since the last month and the last stream rather, and this stream, I've been working on a variety of things. Working on staying alive, working on just life in general, man. And otherwise, it's going well though. Everything's going well. So I thought that it would be good to kind of get back into streaming, hopefully with a little bit more of a regular schedule. Not sure what schedule I'll end up sticking to, or when I'll be streaming more reliably, like consistently all the time. But for now, Monday, Tuesday, and Friday is my streaming schedule. I just picked 2 p.m. because why not? But maybe I'll do something like 6 or something, 6 or 7 p.m. That actually might be better. All right. Well, in any case, that's the situation. So we'll see how it goes. So for right now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to be working on this game. This is a game that I've been working on for just a couple of weeks, primarily because if you're new to the stream, to who I am, I'm SolarLoon. I'm an independent game developer that has made different tools and for game development and things like that. And one of them is called Master Plan. It's something to help people plan out bigger projects, and something that I have yet to do. I have to do something that I still need to do is like update it. It's an early access, it's being updated, but it's been a long time since the last update. But something that people wanted was the ability to make custom cards, to basically like make custom content to put into Master Plan. And so that's basically what prompted me to start this small project, is something to see how I could implement a scripting language for people to make content in Master Plan. And this is something that people also were interested in for the game framework I'm working with here, which is called Ebitingen. It's a really good framework for Go, which is a great language. So the tech stack is like I'm using Go, I guess it's actually at the bottom. I'm using Go to program this game. It uses Ebbie Engine for rendering and input and audio. I wrote a 3D renderer called Tetra3D that sits on top of Ebbie Engine. So it basically converts 3D space into triangle draw calls. So it basically turns Ebbie Engine into a kind of a 3D game engine of sorts. And then on top of that is a scripting language, Goja, which is a basically JavaScript interpreter that sits on top of the game. And I didn't make this, of course. I didn't make Goja. Well, not of course, but I didn't make Goja. It's a JavaScript interpreter, and it so far works really well. And so this is what scripting looks like. So far, I've tried out quite a few different scripting solutions for Go. I've tried Goja. I've tried Scrigo. I've tried Riser. I've tried like Go Loader to try to load Go code dynamically. I've tried RPC, gRPC, and RPC. I've tried Lua, Go for Lua, and Go Lua, I think it is. And of these, I feel like Goja with JavaScript is kind of the simplest and also fairly performant, like performant enough to be useful. And so that's what I am probably going to stick with. It feels pretty good. So I'm going to actually kind of walk through this, I guess, to see, to show how it works a little bit. But in the meantime, let's get some music going. Something not too loud. Let me make sure desktop audio is not too turned up. Let's see. Yeah, we'll just go with something chill like this. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, so the way this works, back there. So the way that Goja works, if you're unfamiliar with scripting languages in general, the concept behind a scripting language is it is a language that you can code game logic in, usually game logic or game interactions in. It gets loaded into the game, and then it executes in the game. And so the game itself has an interpreter that basically it's using to read that information in. So modding, like modding games, can make use of scripting languages. Like if a game makes a scripting language available to the player can write a mod for the game that, for example, changes the game mechanics, changes game controls, or adds new mechanics, or places the player in a new position, or gives him different challenges, things like that. And so a scripting language is kind of fundamental for that, because without that, it's a little hard to do modding, I feel like, for most people. So yeah, that's the general concept. And so Goja is basically a virtual machine that sits on top, or not sits on top of, but sits within my NPCs. So hold on. Okay, yeah, I was like, what? Yeah, please. Okay, there. So Goja is a scripting language that, or Goja is an interpreter for JavaScript that basically has a virtual machine that I instantiate, and it sits inside of each of my NPCs. So for example, the script code, this is basically the code that runs for NPCs, like wandering, people who are walking around. And then the script code in Go is this. So basically, this code loads the JavaScript file, creates an interpreter, and then exports the onInit, onUpdate, and onMessage functions to be called during gameplay. So that's the general idea. And so when you look at script.js, you can see basically it sets some things up, but also it's basically setting up the actions that happen for each NPC. So for example, this test NPC idles, he moves around randomly like this around a certain area. So he'll basically move randomly, like he'll choose a random direction and walk at 0.02 units per frame. And he will wander in kind of an area. Well, let me see. Let's see how this works. Right, okay. So he'll choose a direction if he's not too far from the home position and walk in that direction at 0.02 units per frame, but otherwise he'll walk back toward the home position. And then he'll wait a little bit and then stop and wait a little bit and repeat. That's the concept. But then when you interact with him, he'll stop, lock the game, face the player, say this phrase, unlock the game, and then go back to idling, which is this action set here. So that's the general idea. Really straightforward, not hard at all to kind of work with. If we actually take a look here, the stream will begin soon bumper, I guess you could say, is actually the game that we're looking at. This is the game. So I can walk around and talk to this guy. And he says, hi, this is another approach where the scripting is done in JavaScript. That is this script, this string right here. So you can go ahead and change this if we want to say like, hey, stop talking to me. We just save it and then he'll say that now. Hey, stop talking to me. So that's the upside of scripting as well. It's not only is it that it's really good for modding, of course, because anyone can just take this file. If I leave it uncompiled within the executable, if it's external, you can just change what people say or change what people do. You can make cinematics and stuff like that with these little actions. Not only is that the case, but you can also just straight up you can it's good for me as the developer. It's good for me as the developer because I can go ahead and like dynamically and quickly iterate on my game by just changing the scripts. I don't have to recompile all the time. That's not a big deal for smaller games, but when you're trying to get something just right, like, oh, I wonder if this character should move at a certain rate, or I wonder if this dialogue works, it's nice to not have to like recompile the game constantly. Even Go, which compiles really quickly, it still is a hitch in your workflow. So it's very nice to not have that. Xbox TV 81 says, hello, SolarLoon. Hello. Well, welcome to the stream. It's been a while since I've last streamed. Thank you very much for saying hello, for showing up. So this is the game. It's a little PlayStation 1-esque, PS1-like, with very simple 3D graphics, very simple 3D objects, some vertex lighting. I think the PS1 could never actually have this many vertex lights in game. I think it was only one, maybe. It was either 0 or 1. I think it had one vertex light, maybe. I don't quite recall. But yeah, this is just, it gives the aesthetic of PS1. It's low resolution enough to feel like a PS1 game without being like actually crunchy and cruddy looking. It looks and feels kind of just like a RuneScape or PS1 game, which is really good. That's what I'm going for. I also have a little inventory system, so you can go to the inventory and tap around and go back. This little inventory system is also a manually made framework called GUI, like sticky goo. It's just a play on words. Yeah, because basically there's a few different GUI systems for Ebiet Engine that work well, but I feel like they're kind of general, like generic, made to be used for a lot of different games or a variety of games. I'm making this system to be really easy to use and basically kind of basic, where it's like it's not going to be able to do a whole lot, but it can do the stuff that you're probably going to, most of the things that you're going to run into, like displaying text, putting things in columns, putting things in grids. This little example is pretty heavy, not heavy, but pretty well featured, I think, with a little scrolling background, a grid of options, and then you have like going up and down, left and right, and it supports joysticks as well, because the way this works, it's not actually checking the input in, like, it's not checking your keyboard or your joystick. It's just basically like you pass variables that indicate I press left or right. I just kind of grabbed that from Ebiet UI's design. I was like, okay, well that seems pretty simple, pretty straightforward. So yeah, that's working pretty well. Looks pretty good, feels pretty good. If we press F1, we can see some debug stats. Logic execution is not too bad. It's about 2 milliseconds or so, which isn't great. I would like it to be smaller, but that's fine, I guess, for now, or for this simple scene. So basically and we also have this, I added this little frame time graph, super simple, super cruddy looking frame time graph that just basically shows like how are we doing in terms of frame time for rendering. So we have a pretty good amount of headroom left. So the rendering is pretty well optimized, not bad. Yeah, so this is pretty good. I'm happy with this. Yeah, pretty happy with this. Xbox says most of them are overcomplicated for my use. I'm making a little vector-based one. Yeah, I feel like it's nice to kind of have something where it's just not super complicated to do. And mine is immediate. And that's my approach, is to basically make an immediate mode GUI system. So if we go here, we can see what it looks like. So we define a text style, which basically is what font, what color for the text. If you want shadows or outlines, you set that as the default, and then any text that's drawn will use this style, so you don't have to set it all the time. Although you can overwrite the style manually if you have text, special text that you're drawing. There's no support for like special, I guess, BB codes or anything like that to like color certain words or add an effect to certain letters. That's not in there. It's just more than I would like to do. I don't need it, so I haven't done it yet. But you can see basically the concept of an immediate mode GUI. Basically, you are drawing the GUI with function calls, and if it's something like a button, then you can also use an if statement to basically tell if the button's been pressed. That's the idea behind an immediate mode function call GUI. It's immediate. You don't have to store the state of the UI. You are defining and checking its state as you type things out. So for example, we just say, okay, well, let's make an area for our text box. Let's align it to the bottom center of the screen with 32 pixels of padding. And then we load the message window PNG file, which we can't see it like that. We have to actually take a look, which is right here. This is the message window PNG. And then all we gotta do, that's weird, I guess it closes automatically. We fade it in or out using an external variable, which is just, a floating point value. And then we just draw it using UI text box. So that will basically draw a text box and the text that we specify in the area, in that area. So that's the idea behind an immediate mode GUI. Is just, it's not super complicated. It's pretty simple. Yeah. So for example, menu state inventory, or this is the area that defines how the inventory section works, where we were saying like, okay, let's make a repeating background pattern for the frame, for the window frame. Let's define an area of a grid for like inventory items, different things like that. So it's pretty straightforward, pretty easy. Yeah, not bad. So the general idea of this little game is going to be it's actually just a little game. It's going to be something super duper simple and dumb, like you have to go pick up milk from the convenience store or something like that, something super basic. The idea is mainly to make something, but also to make a platform that people can mod, to see if it works, to see how things work out, so that I can kind of also use this for master plan. The animated window background is cute. Oh yeah, thanks. It's feels like a little extra polish. Yeah, so overall I'm pretty happy with this. I'm going to just work a little bit on this, and we'll see how it goes. I guess I'll keep that text somewhere in the game. Oh, whoops. Oh, this is also a little bar I was working on. So you have some really simple reflections, really simple reflection system where basically, and actually I probably should make that additive so the shadow disappears. But yeah, this super simple reflection system is kind of done the way that the PlayStation 1 would have done it, I guess, or as I recall, where basically the floor is transparent and you just have duplicate objects underneath the floor. It looks really good. It looks really clean and really, you know, like it should. I guess the walls would also be there. So let's actually do that real quick. But yeah, I'm really a fan of the PS1 aesthetic. It feels like it's just simple enough for you to get some cool effects out of. What am I? Okay, here we go. Is this based on Tetra3D? Yep, it's rendering using Tetra3D. That's correct. So we'll just like that, and that should give us the, yeah, there's the floor, I mean the wall effect. Yeah. And we can make that a little bit more transparent, I guess. Oh, the characters are pixel art. I like the combination of 3D and 2D. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, that's correct. Characters are pixel art, so it kind of it feels like a PS1 game, right? Because it feels like PS1 and 2 had what's the word? Had that kind of vibe, right? Where it's like, oh, we'll mix 2D characters and 3D scenes and stuff together. So this isn't bad. There's a couple things that we want to do here that we could do. One is it would be nice to, we don't want this to be too dark. I mean, too transparent. Okay. It would be nice to get some, maybe extend the render distance, because you can see the wall disappearing there. So let's go ahead and do that. Render distance is 81. We'll make it 100, I guess. That's better. Although now the fog effect is kind of disappearing. Let's see, let's go back. Let's see, so the fog effect kind of does need to be there. It adds something. I guess we could extend the clip distance and then just make it so that the fog effect is... Let's see, let's make it start a little earlier. Make it end a little earlier. Lighting looks really nice. Awesome work. Yo, thank you. Wish I didn't have to do it like this. I have it set up so that it's loading into the bar. I should make it so that it loads into, I guess, whatever scene you're in currently. Let's do that. Let's fix that. Make it a little easier to work with. Load C bar. Okay. So here's what we're going to do here. Because I think when we hot reload, it just calls re-init, right? It just reinitializes the game. Yeah. Okay. So we can just do it like this. We'll say if g.activeScene is equal to nil, then it's this. Otherwise, does load scene actually? Oh, it does. Okay, well we have to, oh, we clear it. I see. There we go. Xbox TV says, I think I responded and said thank you that the lighting looks nice. But yeah, thanks. I'm working on a little game prototype, nothing done yet. I got distracted and wrote a very basic synthesizer for the music. Oh, that's cool. That's very cool. So let me see if I can tweak this a little bit. We want it to be... It's not bad actually. I think maybe I found the sweet spot already. That's pretty good, I think. Yeah, that's not bad. Okay. All right. Let's see. That works pretty well. Oh yeah, so the scripting language, the way this works is basically when you create an interpreter in Go, a Goja interpreter, you can basically set variables on the virtual machine. Well, before I say that, that's cool that you're working on a little game prototype, and it's cool to make a very basic synthesizer for the music. I said this already, I know, but said that already. But thinking about it a little bit more, like that's something that's really good, is to have like the ability to make dynamic music, dynamic sounds, dynamic music, dynamic effects. That allows you to do some cool stuff with like making the game kind of react to your gameplay and react to the scene a little bit more dynamically. It's cool. Something that I wanted to do is actually make a player for renoise files, which renoise is a tracker. So that's what I use for my music. And it would be cool to be able to play back songs dynamically to like isolate instruments or change instruments or speed things up, slow things down, change pitch, depending on the gameplay state. So for example, you're playing a Mario-like platformer, and when it's like, oh, you only have 100 seconds left, the music speeds up. Rather than having multiple music tracks, you can just speed up the playback and pitch up the sound. So it gives you the same effect while also being more dynamic, and you could even do cool stuff like the music playback speeds up or slows down depending on how fast you're moving through the level. It's just cool stuff like that. It's unfortunate that, there's upsides to like, statically rendering out your music. That's great as well. But, being able to dynamically write a synthesizer or your music playback, tracker playback system, that'd be great. So anyway, what I was saying is basically when you make a Goja interpreter, you can essentially set functions or variables that call out to Go. So in this example, I made essentially glue code that is callable from JavaScript that does things like change the scene or print out variables to the console, or check for input, check for collisions, check for raycasts, different things like that. So it's very nice. It feels like a very nice kind of middle ground where you're working with JavaScript, of course, as the scripting language itself, but you also have the ability to easily call out to Go to do things that are not, you're naturally not going to try to implement wholly in JavaScript. What is this guy? Copilot. I didn't ask for that. it's just I'm just there. It's just chilling. It's like, I didn't get out of here. Let's see. So yeah, so I have different little pieces of glue code here and there. Something I really like, something that's kind of crazy actually, is that as far as I can tell, it seems like this is working. I can, like for the transport object, so when you walk into a loading zone, AI overlords peeking over the top of the window. It's just I never opted into this. I never asked for this little dude hanging out like, hey, do you want some help? It's like, no, I do not want help. But this is kind of cool. Is that you can Goja supports like representing, I guess it's not surprising, but it is kind of cool that Goja supports representing a function in JavaScript as an object in Go that you can call later. That's just cool. So I can say like, oh, I want to set a timer so that 1 second after I set the timer, I want to run this function that in this case just locks the game, or I'm sorry, unlocks the game. And so in my glue code, I just say, okay, well, the set timer function takes the seconds argument from the function call, and then basically says, okay, after a certain amount of time passes, which is in this like timer system I built, it calls the Goja JS JavaScript function, which is, it's wild. I didn't expect. Yeah, I didn't expect it to be so simple, and it's like, no, that works just, you know, kind of as you would expect, and it's surprising. I also have a little stubs JS file that gives me some autocomplete. So as long as I have this open as a tab, whenever I type things out, it will give me functions that basically I have it, you know, written as functions that I've written as the glue code. So all the stuff that I'm writing in script, in interop.go, all this stuff, I can try to write stubs for these functions and objects in this file, so that when if people choose to mod the game, they don't have to not have autocomplete. They can have some level of autocomplete to be like, oh, okay, this is a vector 3. It has these functions. It returns a vector 3, that kind of stuff. Local rotation is actually supposed to return a matrix 4. It does. Okay, and then why? Didn't I didn't. Okay. I gotta keep that open. Yeah, it says any. It doesn't return any though. It returns matrix 4. Maybe because it just doesn't have anything in there. Maybe that's what it is. So forward, maybe vector 3. Okay, let's see if this works. It should. Local rotation. Dot. Okay, so it does sort of work. Let's see. Local rotation. Turns forward. But it doesn't detect that it's a vector. I wonder what happened. Let's see. Ray from to checking properties. Let's see. Oh, it's not supposed to be. It's not supposed to be. Oh, maybe that's what it is. Hold on. What is this? Let me move this stub over here. Right. Okay. World position. Okay. No, it's supposed to be. I think it's supposed to be. Is it not supposed to be unresolved? Unresolved. So it doesn't know what these things are? Is that what the issue is? Could have sworn it. Maybe I'm Maybe I'm. Yeah, it's unresolved. I feel like it. Maybe was it a add-on? Let me see. I feel like I thought. I feel like I remember this working. Wasn't it an add-on that did this? Was it? What's the thing? Is it what's the name of the? Let's see. What's it called? Let me see. JavaScript. VS Code. It's like what's the name of the linting system? ESLint. ESLint. Was it that? I didn't like any of this. Let's see. Okay, that kind of works. But that doesn't work. No, it's not this. Also, I don't want it to... Man, I guess I could... Something I could do... Yes, it's defined but never used. Something I could do is something like this. Set scene. It's not even in here. Set scene. Okay. Sets the active scene. Gandalf Ladev says, "Hey yo, what's the project? Hello, it is a game that I'm making, largely by hand, using my custom 3D renderer, and I'm implementing a scripting. The scripting language is JavaScript, but I'm like implementing a scripting language into the game, ideally for people to mod. So it's kind of like a moddable game. That's the goal, is to make a moddable like adventure game." So that's the name of the one. Yeah, I guess that's fine. So I'm thinking what I could do is I could export the function like this, and then when something says set scene, it would import it. It says require, but it actually would. It requires not defined. How does this work? Does this require? It requires not defined. Does this? Let me see. Do I have to change it somewhere? Yes. This says ESLint RC. Yes. Oh, I see. Is this not? Hold on. Over here. Where's my settings? Xbox TV says at some point Sprite added a JSON export option for sprite sheets. It is a wonderful way to easily get animations into Ableton. I think you wrote something similar. Yeah, well, the Sprite importer I wrote for Go works using that JSON exporter. Yeah, I think Sprite. I think it always had that export option, unless I'm thinking of something else. But yeah, you can just export your animations to JSON and then import them into some sort of importer, which for me is, well, for this project is my importer, which is Go Sprite, and it works well. That's what I'm doing here. So you can see, for example, the player JSON is here. So he's got the frames and it's got the animations down there. Let's see. You never noticed until recently. Yeah, maybe so. Maybe so. Because I feel like that's as long as I've... Do I need to add it here? I'm not sure how to resolve this. I'm not sure if I even care to resolve it. But yeah, it's no big deal. Yeah, no big deal. Very useful, very useful. So I'm thinking I could do something like that. I could basically make it so that I mean, okay. I'm not even sure quite how to do this perfectly. I guess it doesn't really matter. Yeah, it's fine. I don't have to worry about this right now. Okay, so right, yeah, we were trying to figure out what is going on with this autocomplete. I don't know, and I'm not really worried about it. The important thing is that it's working. So we can talk to people, we can walk around, we have an inventory system, we can exit the menu, and yeah, that's the idea. So what we're gonna do a couple things. One is we're gonna go here, we're gonna hide this. Well, I guess we could just move it somewhere else. It's fine. So we can talk to people, we can walk around. So the goal of the game is going to be just to like get milk from the store, something super basic. We have an ability to talk to people, we have inventory, we can go through different rooms. So let's do something. Let's add the convenience store. That's the logical place to go, logical place to add, I guess. Do we want you to have to go under the thing? I do like that idea, under the overpass, but I don't think we can do it without breaking to another view, because I think that this would like be impossible for you to actually I'm pretty sure that you won't be able to actually see here. You know what? If you can't move around, this kind of does go crazy. Like if you can't move like vertically, this does go a little insane. I love I love being able to like, I love having the yeah, cool. I love having the depth, the sense of depth. I really like that. So maybe I'll leave this the way it is. I kind of, yeah, I'm not afraid to obscure the player's view. That's fine. Just make it straight and he'll be fine. The player can walk. He's a big boy. He can they can manage. They can manage. It's no big deal. Okay. There we go. Cool. Let's add. Do like that. There was something I figured something out that was really useful. Wasn't it like you could, yeah, you can like, you can do stuff multiple times with Blender. I found that out a while ago. You can like do this and then you can repeat last. Shift R. Yeah, that's so dope. You can go like that and then Shift R your way. That's crazy useful, dude. Insane usability. It's these. That's so cool, dude. I love that. This is a little invisible wall. We'll just move that like that. Very cool, very cool. Oh, Xbox, were you like exporting your sprites just like either to individual frames or to a sprite sheet and just loading it into something that you like manually set up the animation? That might be why you didn't like know, because it's like unless your engine or something supports like reading a JSON or reading like a data file that tells how the animation works, you probably, because I think I like gdevelop, what was I think another one, ct.js. I think there's a couple of, yeah, I was just loading frames. Oh, okay, that's why. Yeah, a couple of game engines don't support like, they don't, well, they probably most game engines wouldn't have a sprite support built in, but some game engines or some game engines and frameworks don't even support like per frame, like frame rates, whereas like this frame is so long. Some game engines are just like, this animation is so long, like this animation is 30 fps, this animation is 24 fps, as opposed to being like, this frame is 10 milliseconds, that frame is 100, this one is 800, that kind of stuff. So it's even that is like, because of the difference between how a sprite handles it, where each frame can have its own frame rate or duration, and a game where every frame has an equal duration, that can kind of like make it impossible to load it in like one for one. You're gonna have to tweak the animations and stuff and make a custom importer and stuff like that. Anyway, all right, so this looks good. I'm happy with this. I like the depth, so to speak, of being able to go to the right or go to the left. So I guess we're gonna make a little convenience store in this little area, like this little alcove. Let's make it a little bit more of an alcove. Let's like actually extend this out a little bit, make it like a little space. Gonna do something like this. Let's change the music too. Oops. Let's see. Okay. Oops. Do, 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 do. Can I hide this? Thank you. There we go. Cool, cool, cool. Okay, so now we have a little space here. We can put a light over here. That's probably you can find where it is. Okay, so yeah, this is not bad, not bad, not bad. Cool, cool, cool. We got a little light. I'm thinking a little bit more over here. Like we could have like an alleyway. Yeah, maybe like an alleyway and the... Let me see, do we want the alleyway to be here or here? If the 7-Eleven, if the convenience store is in this area. Let's... I mean, under an overpass is kind of crucial for a 7-Eleven to be. Like thinking about it now, I'm like, this is kind of a weird place to put a 7-Eleven, but I'm not against it. I'm not against it. Let's keep it going. Okay. Cool, cool, cool. See what this looks like. Okay, so this does work. We can definitely hide that. Can put these. Yes. We'll need probably to go like this too. Make sure that you can't see. There we go, there we go. Little alleyway action. Okay. All right. So this is where our area is going to be. This is where our 7-Eleven is going to be. So we're going to just give ourselves some room. Let's give ourselves room like this. Right. I think we should probably extend it. Well, I guess actually it's probably just one big, let me think. Maybe it's an alleyway from the side of the building, actually. Maybe that makes more sense. So this isn't like a manufactured alleyway. It's just the side of the building making it like that. That might be a little better. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So now this is where we're gonna go crazy with 7-Eleven. Also, we can make this a little bit more interesting. Let's see, what texture can we use? We could use the wall texture. Do we have any? Let me get some inspiration. 7-Eleven. Nope, no results. You're kidding? Yeah, I was like, I'm shocked. Okay. Shocked. All right, so there's a little ice machine. Like, love that for them. Something about this image feels fake. Oh, okay, it's just something about it. It just felt like the perspective. It felt like a video game. Like the perspective of the like inside of the 7-Eleven was like super like shortened. It felt like it was just a texture. I'm like, okay, this feels more correct. All right. Okay, so this is where we're gonna probably kind of be making, you know, this is where we're basing our design off of. So we got ice machine, we have this, we have parking lot essentially. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna have a little parking lot in the front. That means that it needs to connect to a street somehow, which means if this is the street, or this is the parking lot rather, like that. Let's just start building it out and see how far we get. Let's just go like let's give ourselves like we'll just do like this, something like that, and then give us something every other or so. Oh, we can something like this. Whoops. Cool. I wonder if I can. Yeah, I can, can't I? Let's do this. I'm gonna make it so that we don't have to keep walking back to where we were. Active scene.root.search tree.find regex player first. G.active scene root search tree by regex first. Set world position vec. Oops. Cool. All right, so this should make it so that we don't have to walk back whenever the area reloads. So let's test this out. We're just gonna export. Okay, cool. So we can walk to where we want, and then reloading the game does not make us have to re-walk. So I'm standing there. If I say like, oh, I want this to actually be in the corner, whoops, like this. Cool, it works. All right, let's go back over here. We can make this a little bigger. Make this even bigger. You know what? Can I get a? Yeah, give me that and give me that. There we go. Okay, yeah, this is pretty good. I mean, I guess the street could extend out to the north. Kind of make that happen, make that possible. but it's probably too short of a street, right? Like, if we wanted this to be a 7-Eleven and we wanted this to, I mean, like, well, I guess we can make it so that the street is actually like coming through, like from the north. So actually, you could go like this to connect this. But yeah, okay, I like that idea. So let's make it so that this instead is up here. And now here is like where your street is, like that. Then we can grab these. So there's your street. It would never dead end like this. Like this would be heck to get into and out of. So let's make this a little bigger. I feel like 3 lanes is probably, or I mean, 6 tiles is probably big enough for, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, okay. Let's see what we can do here. Make this more like that. Rotate it like that. Yeah. And then grab these. Rotate it. That. There we go. These can be the edge of that. Okay, cool. And then this could just be like this. All right. This guy can go over here. We can split this up into 2 different objects so it's not so awkward. We can make this its own thing, this underpass tunnel area. And we can make this its own thing. Make it a little easier for us to focus on it. Yeah, this is fine. Guess I don't need invisible walls here. Because we already have visible walls. Cool. Brother, I'm cooking. I'm cooking live on stream. Okay. All right, this is kind of is shaping up, dude. I'm getting a little hype. Okay. What else do we need? We need what else? Like that. There we go. Okay, that works. That works. So I mean, I guess I can make this go through. It kind of does complete the feeling of a city more to have this go through, but I also don't really want it to, because that I kind of like this being a little like cul-de-sac. I'll keep working on it. Let's see. So the 7-Eleven is here. That's yeah, okay. I feel like we need more room. Let's give ourselves just a little bit more room. Okay. Okay, so this is more of an area we can, yeah, a bigger area. Cool, cool, cool. Very nice. All right, so now what we're going to do is actually build the 7-Eleven itself. We're going to we're going to add a plane. I guess we can just do like this. I guess that's fine. Okay, cool. So here is a 7-Eleven. Okay, so we have a wall here. Delete that. Rotate these like that. You know what? Now that I'm doing this, I'm wondering if this is a good idea. Just because you can't see the front of the 7-Eleven from this perspective. I feel like the front of the 7-Eleven should be facing the camera. It should be on this side. Because if it is on this side, then it's a lot easier to tell that, you know, it's a 7-Eleven and it's looking, you know, look in there. Which means that the parking lot needs to be in the front of it, which means this entire thing needs to be rotated. Something like this, right? Like, well, we rotated it. Let's see. It would be like this. More so. So you can see the front of the 7-Eleven here. We can move this road to the left. We can mirror it. Origin to center of last surface. Because we can mirror it. Like that. Forgive the bad normal work. If we mirror it like this, then I feel like that allows you to see everything. It connects to this area well. The road is on the left, so you're not likely to like walk across the road, which doesn't make sense, you know, for you to like walk under an underpass and then be like in danger. You know what? No, I like this actually, because this allows us to put a crosswalk here, which makes more sense. Okay, so I think this is good where we are. Let me just, I guess it doesn't matter where we put this, but I'm just gonna cut out a hole for this here. City planning. Cool. So now we can put a crosswalk here. Also, I feel like it should be a smaller street. I feel like maybe it shouldn't be 6 wide. Your system for building the world in Blender looks pretty quick. Yeah, I feel like I've gotten. I both have. Hold on. So I think it needs to be like that. There we go. I gotta just do this from scratch. I feel like I've gotten to the stage where it's like I've learned how to use Blender well enough. Or is this supposed to be? Wait, what? Okay, yeah, it's just like this. Okay. I feel like I've learned how to use Blender well enough where it's not super slow. Like I've learned how to use Blender well enough, as well as my tools with Tetra3D are pretty good, I feel like. Although I'm not really using Tetra3D tools right now. I'm just kind of developing, yeah, I'm just using like Blender's tools, and it's good, man. I like the Shift R is such a cool, like, that's so cool. I wish every single anything should have something like that. That's wild to be like boom boom, well, boom 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 boom. And it keeps the spacing, and it keeps the that's wild, dude. Just be like, oh yeah, I want this wall to be like that. Crazy. Actually, a skyscraper would be crazy. But anyway, let me not go too crazy. Okay, so I think this should be a thinner street, just because it feels like it makes more sense. I don't know. It just let's make it a little more interesting. Let's make it a little thinner of a street, so it's like a 2-lane street. There we go. Cool. Crosswalk doesn't quite fit. Also, the tunnel would never end. It's bad design to end the tunnel this short. Also, it's bad city planning to end the tunnel this short. Let's kick it out another like 4, so people can actually see where they're going. Okay, there we go. So now you can actually like walk out from the tunnel onto the street. Is there no wall on this side? There's no wall on the freeway on this side. I completely forgot about that. People are just like just I mean just driving fearless. Driving just, that's absurd. People just like just like, I hope I don't fall on the 7-Eleven again. I hope it doesn't happen again. Let's see. Let's give them a little bit more room. Although it's still, this is super tight for a freeway as well. All right, at least they have a freeway. I mean a wall. Let's subdivide this a little bit. We're going to... Driving in Houston is like that? Oh, dude. By distance. Okay. There we go. That's a little better. Okay, so the 7-Eleven's going to be here. Okay. It's going to be here. Well, how does this work exactly? How does this work exactly? There should be a sidewalk here. Like this. Do I have a corner? I don't have a corner. I don't have a corner piece. Okay, let's do that. I don't have it. Let's see. It's right. There we go. That's what I was looking for. There we go. Okay, so that's what we're looking for. Create a little bit of a border here. Right. Now, if this is the convenience store here, and we need this to... Okay. All right, so... Okay, all right. It's coming along. I feel like I want this area behind there to be a little wider. Something like, let's see, maybe this area should be like that. I remember I was watching a YouTuber. He was streaming. I think he was streaming. It was, I guess, a YouTube of a stream, a YouTube video of a stream of a YouTuber or a Twitch streamer who was he was playing his old like Mega Zeus games. I don't know if anyone knows what Mega Zeus is. It's a classic game creation system, and one of the games he was playing and you know, if you know Mega Zeus, it's like every character in most kind of older Mega Zeus games, or in some Mega Zeus games, maybe not most, but in a lot of them, each character is like a little character big. Like he's like, I don't know, maybe each object, each tile is like, and it's a tile-based game system, tile-based game creation system. Each tile is like, I don't know, maybe 8 by like 12 big, or maybe like 10 by 24 big, something like that. So they're kind of like rectangles, little rectangles. And so in this guy's game, he's like on, I think, the final fight of his game, and so his little character is fighting like the final boss, who is also a little character, and they're fighting across a busy highway, and they're shooting at each other, and as they're shooting at each other, there's cars like constantly like passing on this highway. It was the funniest thing I've ever seen, just because it was like they're just like blasting at each other, and like little pixel characters are like do, and there's just cars constantly driving in between them, and it's like maybe they should have just like crossed the street before they had this conflict. It felt like you could have just like hold on, and like before the fight even starts, they're like yelling at each other. Like there's, you know, they're like talking, like there's text to read, so that implies they're just yelling at each other across like a 6-lane like major thoroughfare, just like, I've had it up to here with you. I can't let you do what you're gonna do. You're gonna destroy the world. Come and stop me. And there's just cars like constantly driving as they're like having this this like complete inability to see eye to eye. And it's so funny, dude. It's just, there's something so funny about being like yelling and having a conflict across just a busy street, and people are just driving by while two guys are just like shooting lasers at each other. It's like, what's wrong with you guys? What's wrong with you guys? Like, just you guys gotta chill. You guys gotta chill. All right. Anyway, this is shaping up really well. This is looking pretty good. So, right. So this is like the side area. I feel like maybe this should be wide, and this should be thin to make the alleyway a little bit more like doable. But let's not worry about that right now. Let's keep going with the building of the actual 7-Eleven. What tile should we use for this? What tile should we use? What tile should we use? Well, according to my research, it's actually a brick building. Yeah, so I guess we're gonna use this with just different colors. I think that's about right. It's a little dark, maybe. Maybe this needs to be brighter. Can we make this lighter? Yeah, can we make this... Alright, we'll try that, see how that shapes up. Oh no, I did not mean to change the bar sign. I actually want to keep, now that I think about it, I want to keep, excuse me, I want to keep maybe this version around just in case. But we'll have that version as well. Okay. Let's see. The ground here should be something more solid. Something about this wall is giving me big RPG Maker, like XP or 2000 vibes. It's just like super, like, simple looking. Something about like the extreme muting of the colors feels like an SNES game or RPG Maker game. Like extreme low contrast is wild. Kind of wild looking. All right, we'll just do something like that. How's it looking? Okay, not bad, not bad. Let's see if we can do this a little bit better. A little better, a little better. That helped out a lot. Okay, okay. All right. The light would probably be. I guess it's fine where it is. I feel like maybe it would be further to the left, like that. Feels a little better. So this is gonna be like a. What's the word? Sliding door. And then we're gonna just delete that actually, and turn these to a root. That kind of works. Works a little bit. I think I'm gonna need more space eventually. And by eventually, I mean like now. In very, very short order, I'm gonna need space. What is this? Okay, I'm not sure what that is. Anyway, let's see if this works a little better. All right, that's looking pretty good. Not looking half bad at all. Feels sufficiently like a little building, yeah. Like I mean, it's square, of course, but it does look like a 7-Eleven. Let's make it a little more interesting looking. So looking at this, what's the word? Recreation. Reference, this reference image. So it's got a signage on the top front. It's got signage in between the doors. It's got a little nice thing. It's got this little deal is actually like super duper important. We don't have for some reason I don't feel like I've seen them around where I live, but whenever I think of like a game that takes place in Japan, they always have these deals. I don't these fences. I feel like maybe in America, or I wonder where this image is taken from. I feel like this is more so what you see in America, or at least in some places. They have like the poles in front of the store. Also, this is weird. They have this 7-Eleven has doors that you pull. I mean, it's not that crazy. It's just, it's interesting to see the different vibes of each. Oh, this is a rebrand. I see. So this has poles and the doors that have the. Oh, I like the yellow warning area. So do they all have these in front? The propane tanks? I guess they might. Ooh, look at look at the clay ground up tiles. I love that. You know what? We're gonna adapt that here. We're gonna change it from this. We're gonna keep that just in case, but we're gonna change this to be this guy instead. Okay, we're good. Try that. I mean, I guess it doesn't quite work. Can tweak this a little bit to be a little closer to reality. Oh, that's the grid. That's why I was seeing the gray in between. All right, that's not bad. It's not really tiles unless they're like they're not really tiles per se. They're more so like I mean, it's not bad. It's not a bad look. Actually, I guess this would be over here. Do I want that or not? What if I were to purchase fast food and disguise it as my own cooking? What if I were to do something like this? Let's try that, because then we can do something kind of cool. Not bad. I feel like I just want the front of it though, like just the the little bit here. Turn like that. Yeah, let's go with it. Let's go with that. What's in front of it? It's a propane tank and a like propane tank swap and go. What's the other thing? shoot out Frogger. Honestly, that concept actually goes crazy. I'm surprised no one's done a Frogger, but you are like fighting another frog on the other bank and you're like firing projectiles back and forth. It feels like that would be, or like you're like going through the traffic, but you're also like you have a weapon. That feels like a good modification of the original design of Frogger to be kind of fast paced and stuff. It feels like somebody would have come up with that. For some reason I can't find the image I was working off of. Oh, here it is. Okay. It's an ice machine. That's what's also here. It's an ice machine. Okay. Okay, so the ice machine, from the looks of it, it's taller than a human. Okay, works. I mean, like, if a human is around this tall, yeah, it's about a human height. So you're basically standing in front of the hatch to open, to get the ice out. Okay. Oops. Actually, let me take a look at that real quick. That lighting is kind of funny. Very soft, very interesting. So this is gonna be the little like top little brick on top. Actually, I guess I'll just do something like... That's basically it, and then it just has like a... something like that, and then this area has a door on it. The door is slightly rectangular. I think it's too wide. Something like that is a little bit better. Okay. Let's give it a texture, I guess. I think we're gonna run out of room, but let's do it anyway. I'm kind of, I can't tell if I'm cooking or not, because I'm thinking of like, what if the C were somehow like the the dot? Like, what if there was a what if it's just like this? Ice? Because then you could put the dot to be the... Nah, I'm over complicating it. For some reason, I like this design. It feels weirdly stupid. All right, so that should work. Let's go ahead and just... This is the tile set. There we go. Yeah, it does feel like PS1. It feels sufficiently PlayStation. Let's see. Let's add a couple of subdivision loops here. Yeah, make it a little less janky. Just rotate it a little bit. Why isn't it straight? It's like, why not? Why is it just a little messed up, just a little bit. So this is gonna be the door, roughly. We can, well, I guess we'll do this with the texture. Let's see. Excuse me. Okay, something like that. It's bad, but at least it gets the point across. I hope. Let's test it out. Not bad, not bad. I think too much ceiling showing. Okay, that's the general vibe of a 7-Eleven. Oh yeah, I forgot the thing around the side, around the top. All right, so that's not bad, I think. Okay, all right. Hold on. Okay, all right. Hold on. just continuously like, just hold on. Just give me a second. Let me cook. Please, let me cook. Please, I beg you. Please, let me cook. Please. I just realized these two textures are almost the same in a sense. I don't want them to be the same, so why don't we make this like darker or something? Well, we can leave that for another time. What texture should be there? I think this could work. All right, this is not bad. It's pretty representative of the real thing. Let's make this corner kind of pushed in, just because. Let's see. So you can do something like that. What is the right thing to do? Well, that's fine. Actually, no. Yeah. Okay. This ain't bad, ain't bad. You can't get out that way. I love the traffic in the background. Makes me want to include more traffic in my projects. Thanks. Yeah, traffic is cool. I think I need to add. I'm gonna add a car that is like just sitting there as well. Um. Oh, well, none of these need properties. Now I think about it, they're just meshes. It's just that car. Okay. It just immediately takes off. Let me think. I guess actually it's probably better if the car has a fixed shape. So something like that. Because I like the way that this works is whenever a car like that's moving goes off screen, it moves back to another location and changes its mesh to look like another car, which works fine enough. But since I also have a truck, I can't confirm, I can't assure that the truck, every car would have the same like shape or length. So I can't put a truck here. Like I don't know that, you know, obviously if a truck is here, it would either go into the store or prevent you from walking to the left. But yeah, anyway, it's just to in answer to what you were saying, Town Eater. I feel like it's rare to see urban environments in games, which is unfortunate because you know you get so much cool. You get traffic, you get electricity, you get lights, you get people milling about, you get you know, malls, you get so many cool places that you know can be anything and can, you know, hold anything. But it feels like most games just kind of like, you know, they don't really go there, and it's kind of a shame. That's where I like to, you know, make what's the word? Make, you know, my places kind of exist is little shops and stuff, little places. Okay, well these can go here. That. We will use this car because it looks cool. Copy just cool. So this is yeah, and that is yeah. Okay. Oops. This is a collision view to see like where things are rendering and stuff. It probably wouldn't be here. This is too nice a car to be right next to the ice machine. I feel like it, like, you know, knowing that it's just too close. It's too close. It's touching the ice machine, brother. There's no way that somebody who drives this would ever, like, accidentally be bumping up against it. Let's put it. Let's just make it a little bit of a jerk. You have the truck back here unloading stuff. Yeah. This is feeling good. This is feeling solid. Should we move? Let's see. It feels like it's so close to the door. What should we? Feels like it's close to the door. Let's do a couple things here. Let's move this over by 1. Let's move all of these over by 1. So this should be here. Like that. Like that. This guy can be here. This is a little bit better. So the door should be shapeless. There you go. Oh, this is walkthrough since when? Is it not solid? It's not. Okay. I added that little there we go. I added that little this little thing that allows you to search for any property name in the blend file. So if I name something solid, I don't have to retype it. I can just click here and then just search for it. And similarly, if I change this to string, I can search for values. So any of the values that I've used before. So it's kind of like autocomplete, which is kind of sick. I'm just to be honest, that's a little sick. I wish more games should do stuff like that, because that's kind of sick. This is somewhere along the line. This just became a. Also, that voice, my voice felt sounded weird there, but somewhere along the line, this just kind of became a game engine, and I'm here for it. Okay, so there's a couple things I want to do. One is let's move this over a little bit. I feel like it's hard to walk around it because it's an AABB. Let's change it so it's not an AABB. There we go. I guess I don't even have to align this to the grid. I can just make it not aligned to the grid. Now that I think about it, I can just be like, what if... It just looks like it looks so bad. It looks so bad. Just that slight tilt. It just looks like what happened. Why they built it like this? What happened? Like it's clearly like even like 1 degree or 4 degrees or something is just like, yeah, I don't know why they didn't just build it level. I don't know, man. All right, this is feeling really good. I'm really happy with this. It's feeling like a PS1. It's feeling like a 3D game. It's feeling like it's feeling cool. It's feeling like a place you can be in. You can visit. Not sure what I'm gonna do with this area. Um, maybe I gotta block it off somehow, I guess. Unless I want you to be able to walk through there, but yeah, this is cool, dude. This feels like a game. Let's put another guy over there. Let's put him. We'll put him here. Oh, oops. I'll just put him back like that. There he is. Okay, there we go. Let's see. What would be cool to do is to. Oh, he is named NPC. Okay, cool. So then let's override script and say store. Oh, that's why. I was like, why is it called this? There you go. Okay. So it's pretty straightforward. What we're gonna do now is add some dialogue where he just says something like, I'm happy to be here. What is this break? Oh, switching. I see. I don't know, man. I don't know, man. I don't know, man. So glad this convenience store is open. I was craving nachos. Not that I bought any. I'm broke, but the smell, the scent. All right, man. like, all right, bro. All right, brother. I'll catch you on the flip side. Dude's weird. Dude's weird. Okay, so that works. Let's move him. Yeah, he can stay there. It's kind of awkward walking by him. Let's see if we can move him back a little bit. Still a little awkward. Let's move the car. See, this is what I'm talking about. There should be more room here. Oops. that, I think. Like that, I think. And then this guy. There we go. That's a little better. Is the car too big? I feel like the car might be too big for the people. Yeah, I feel like the car is too large. Let me make the car smaller. Let's reduce it by like 80% and see how that looks. Now it looks too small, I feel like. Maybe it was fine the way it was. It feels big, but I guess it should feel big. Yeah, I guess that's right. It's realistic. You have to like walk around him because he's like too far back. Okay, yeah, that's not bad. All right, this is pretty solid. I'm really happy with the amount of like sheer content I was able to add in 2 hours. I'm really happy with this. I struggle to make content so hard when it comes to making, you know, modeling, texturing. But for a first stream back in 2 hours to make a significant like section where this entire thing didn't exist before, that's really cool. I'm happy with that. We got the ice machine, we got the convenience store, we got all this stuff. It's not perfect, of course. Like, there's definitely things to improve, but yeah, tools are fun. Content is hard. Yeah, I completely agree. Content is the hardest thing because it's like, well, what do you even want to make? But tools is like, you already know what you're going to make. You're already thinking like, oh, I want to make this better, or this needs to work faster, or whatever. You already have a plan, but you don't know what to make when it comes to content. Yeah. So anyway, I'm really happy with this. For a first stream, I'm very pleased. I think this will be where I sign off probably. Yeah, don't want to overdo it and burn myself out or anything, but I'm really happy with this. I think maybe tomorrow I'm gonna probably stream later, maybe from 6 to 8 or something like that. That's probably better. I probably could do 6 to 8 on Tuesday and Monday and Friday. Maybe not this Friday. But I could do 6 to 8 normally, Monday and Tuesday. Yeah. Anyway, yeah. So tomorrow I'm probably gonna stream later on, just to give more people the opportunity to watch. But I'm really happy with this. This is looking and feeling really good. I mean, everything is shaping up in terms of like the tooling, the you know, hot reloading, being able to just edit stuff dynamically. Yeah, everything's really good. I'm really happy with this. Feeling like this should be fast enough to allow people to like mod it and stuff without having issues. Logic execution is low enough, I think. I have it's a 4 gigahertz computer. Let me see. I have a Ryzen. It's a little old now. Ryzen 5 6C. I have a Ryzen 5 1600. That's a 3.2 gigahertz CPU. 3.6 gigahertz boost. So I think Steam said like most single core gigahertz was like 4. Either it was, I don't remember how much it was, but I feel like this is fine. This is basically one thread. It's not multi-threaded, so the only thing that would limit someone is not having a fast enough graphics card, because I feel like their CPU would probably be fast enough for, well, I mean, their CPU and GPU could both be a problem. Just because you need a good graphics card, not a good graphics card, but you need a graphics card, like a dedicated graphics card. It can be old. It probably an old one would probably be fine, but like an integrated one might be a problem. But that, I'm also like saying that based off of my experience with my laptop, which is like, at this point like a $90 laptop. So it's old. Like I think it's old. So it may not be a problem. Anyway, yeah, really happy with this. I'm going to get off, and is there anything else I want to do? Do I want to do more? What if I did? What if... What if I did? What if I made it so that you could... What if I added something to the inventory system? I intended to add something to the inventory system, but I never got around to it. Okay, yeah. What if we did? I have an idea. Because I might forget otherwise. What if I was able to do this? You don't have to break after each one. I think I do have to break after each one. I think JavaScript's switches automatically fall through, as I recall. Nice. Okay, so... Okay, so... Okay, something like that. Okay, so add item. Nice. So then we need an interop. It was inventory.add item, right? That's what I typed. Yeah, inventory.add item. Okay, so it's a function that does it. All right. So the inventory has to be somewhere like this. I do have an inventory. Okay, so then it is a script. That's not going to work. We are going to need... Okay, we have this item. Okay, so then here we say... Excuse me. Oh, I see. I'm doing this here. Okay. All right, so we just do like that. So we can say, let's see. Nice. Keys is this. Okay. Okay, so this is the idea. I'm sorry that this is so small. So yeah, we can just say it's new inventory. Where we register the items in the inventory. It's fine. Player keys. That. Okay. Oh, I guess the player's not there. Okay, that's fine. I'll just say none. Okay, so so we have our own thing like that. That's fine. That's actually really good. Well, maybe not really good. But how do I want to do this? I guess I can just do. Okay, so this is basically a this state. We don't have state any for this. Okay, we don't need interact. Just say actions is this. Actions. Okay, cool. We don't need this, we don't need that, we don't need this, we don't need that, we don't need. Alright, something like that should kinda do the. We don't need this. We don't need this. We don't need that. Should kinda do the job. So that's the general idea. Okay, let's see how that works. The node is nil. New inventory. We call that, I guess, after here. That's fine. Player. Excuse me. Where is... Let's see. Node is nil. But why is the node nil? Is it these two? Yeah, okay, I was gonna say, it must be, let's see. New script. We don't need the node necessarily. Let's see. Oh, because the active scene isn't there. There is no active scene. I see. Oh no, the active scene is there. Oh, it's because there's no player. Okay. I don't think this is... You know what? No, because I refuse. Instead, what we're gonna do is we're just gonna make it so that this works like this instead. Okay, so now we can go over here. Okay, and the other one was... Okay, something like that should work. Let's see how this works. For some reason I thought this would not work at all. Wasn't there a guy here? Oh, is this him? No? Wasn't there... What, did I... Oh. Okay. That's cool, I guess. Okay, let's see. There we go. Okay, and then we can talk to him? Yes. Okay, so that works too. Does this? Oops. Let's see. Execution. Inventory is not defined. I forgot to export inventory. Where is interop rather? Okay, so that should help. Let's see. There we go. Let's see what. I never added that function, did I? No, I didn't. Okay. Has no member add item. Oh, yeah. There we go. Okay, so that did work. So now all we got to do is just when you go to the inventory, make it so that you can execute the script, essentially. We go to the GUI for that. Here, we say... mobile game.inventory.items. This should be probably like this instead. Okay, that should work. And then... 16? Yeah, 1696. 32, 110? No. 12? 112. Okay, cool. I think that'll work. We'll see. So there's... Oh, wait, owns... Oh, yeah, you don't own these yet. So item ID. Okay. All right, so there's nothing there. We go ahead and do this. Now that should be there. Let's see. Okay, owns. All right, so then I think the issue is you add item, that adds item, so the inventory, item ID. Okay, so I think it's this is the issue. I don't need this anymore. Oh wait, no. That was the ice machine, yeah. Okay, so it's supposed to be ice with a capital I. Okay, I think that's basically it for now. Let's see. There it is. Okay, so we got the ice in the second slot. So I need something that basically shows like the name of the item that floats or something. But yeah, that works. So you have ice here. Very cool. Very cool. Let's do that. I guess we'll do that. Let me think. Hold on. Do a label, but no, I think I need to do like this. I need to do. Like this. So we say floating text box. Doesn't matter where it is exactly. Let's just say it's 128 by 32, I guess. UI text box. Where's our styles? Oh no, not the text bot. Oh, I never did. I never do. I never. Okay. Um. It's this rect here. 048. Excuse me. 4896. All right. Animated ID. UI ID is equal to. Excuse me. All right. So something like this should kind of. Oh, let's. Okay, that's more so what we're looking for. Move that up. It's up. All right, so this should make us that we can. Yeah, keys. Nice. Yeah, that works. Okay. Cool. So we want to. Can we like make this not so bad? You. Oh, is it not centered? It's not centered. Okay. That's true. Okay. All right. So we will do this and we'll say text style, default text style, that width. Oh no, that's no wait. How do I center this? Where? Did I not? Do I not have alignment? Oh, anchor. I don't have any anchoring for text boxes. I never did anything for that. That's crazy, dude. That's wild. I never implemented it. Okay. I guess we're gonna implement it. All right, let's see. Anchoring. Okay. Blah. Let's just copy this. All right. We want to make an anchoring system. So I'm just gonna say anchor. Okay. Oh, yeah. Okay, so this is. Do I have padding? I do have padding. Okay. W was text W. Okay. Right. Right. Am I doing this? Am I doing this right? I don't think I am. Hold on. This is buttons. Where did I implement? This is more so what I'm thinking of. Yeah. This is also not what I'm thinking of. All right, here's what I'm going to do. Because we already have padding left and padding top. No, I guess we need to do like this. and then we do like this. Right. Can't do it the way I want. All right, let's see. So we have left and top. TW divided by 2, or A dot. Is W the. Okay, so W divided by 2 minus TW divided by 2. Okay. W minus TW. Y plus equal padding top. Is that right? That is correct, I think. So it's X plus equal to width minus TW minus padding right. Okay, cool. So now this, but for Y, to the left center, top center, right center. Let me break these up so I can see it a little better. Okay, and then so now the center is this, top right is this. Okay, right, and then Y is this for all of them. And bottom left is these again, but the Y is this. H, change bottom, left, right, left, right, left. Okay, cool. So that should do it. All right. So now we can go back to here and say we want anchor, text anchor to be GUI anchor center. Good work. It does not work. Text H. Let's see, what was it? Okay, so these don't. Oh no, wait. All right, so they're at the top left, basically. So now where are they? It's, it feels like the like. Oh, I see. Hold up, we want. Maybe we want that to be done like that. Okay, keys. Is it working at all? Let's see. Feels like this is not like dropping it at all. Let me see. Is it doing what it should be doing? Yes. Okay. Do I have padding? Is that what is going on? I do not have padding. Anchor center is the height divided by 2 minus. Oh, wait. No, that should work. I mean, I guess we don't need to subtract the descent if it's this. No, don't we have to subtract? Yeah, no, we'd have to just. Oh, would it be the descent divided? No, because it's not even on correctly. Otherwise, let's see. Hold on, let's just get rid of this real quick. Oh. Yeah, we're not supposed to do that. Get better. Yeah, am I not supposed to? That's more correct. I think actually it's probably that divided by 2 to have the. That's a little closer to correct. I think that's a little closer to correct. So I guess we have to add the descent divided by 2. Float 32, please. So that is for all the centers. The bottom ones would have. I'd have to see. Okay. So that should get us pretty close. Let's see. Can we try anchor top left? Let's try top center. Okay. Can we try top right? Yeah. Okay. Can we try bottom left? Nope. Bottom left, X minus pattern. Okay, H minus the height is it minus descent. I don't think this is correct. Why is it so? Oh, it's still plus descent divided by 2? Is that? That's closer. I'm willing to just be like, I don't know. That looks right for now. That looks, yeah. I mean, maybe that's right. I guess we could try it out a little bit differently. Let's try let's give ourselves a little bit more room so we can check to see if this is correct. That's, yeah, okay. Yeah, that's about right. Bottom right. Yeah, okay, that's good enough, I would say. Center is dead center. Yeah, that's pretty correct. Yeah, okay. All right, so we want it to be centered. Cool. So now all we got to do is loading text. Whoops. Loading text box. Offset equals. All right, let's try that. Oh, Cool, cool, cool. All right, plus. Excellent. Not perfect, but not bad. So we have the name of each slot. So keys go in the first slot, ice goes in the second slot. Now we just have to make it so that it only actually does this if the selected item is nil and it's owned. They won't show up otherwise. But if we go over, and the way this works currently is each item like has its slot in your inventory. But it doesn't have to be like that, of course. I can make it so that when you find an item, it occupies the slot in your inventory rather than each slot like being the item, where it's like it's basically just flagging whether you own it or not. It's just a minor thing. The first slot is going to be your keys, I think, whereas like it just gives you some flavor text of like, I can't go home until I do whatever. Okay, so there's ice, and there's the ice. There's a little ice text box. Very cool. So it shows us what we're looking at. All right, well, that's pretty good. I'm happy with that. Feels pretty solid. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. I think it's shaping up. This is looking and feeling pretty good. Yeah, I just need to keep working on it. So thank you very much for watching. I've been SolarLoon. It's been real. It's been actually really real. And yeah, it's been cool. This is fun to try out the scripting thing and try to like, you know, figure out how best to deal with stuff. Very useful for master plan in the near future with determining like, oh, you know, is this an acceptable solution for scripting? Because I feel like it kind of has to be well, ideally it would be kind of a perfect middle ground between being efficient, being easy to use, right? Being something that you can find other code in if you need to adapt something for your project in master plan. If you're like making a weather app or something, or whatever, you know, it would be nice to be able to like, you know, look at a JavaScript library and adapt that code for your add-on if you'd like. But I'd also like it to be secure, where you don't have to worry about, as a user, you don't have to worry about like getting a mod, add-on for master plan and it like deleting every file in your computer or something. And the easiest way to preclude that from happening is to use a scripting language or a scripting engine, because then you can control what the functions do, whether they're available, all that kind of stuff. So anyway, thank you very much for watching. It's been real. I'll catch you guys on the flip side next time, and yeah, see you tomorrow. All right, see ya.